Okay, how you doing everybody? It's Simon from Street Dreams Hip Hop Academy. I've been cruising through my Facebook and Instagram and it's come to my attention that World Power Moves has shared my video, edited some videos together that I've posted on my personal Instagram for my dance studio with my trapeze. Okay, if you don't understand what my trapeze is, if you jump across to Street Dreams Hip Hop Academy Instagram page, you will be able to check out my videos and see what I'm talking about. Now, I demoed my trapeze as a test dummy for my students, right? So effectively, I'm going to explain my trapeze. My trapeze is a piece of equipment that you can work on power moves with either yourself, your students. You can fit it in at your house, you can fit it in your dance studio. It doesn't matter where you are, you can set this up. So I've put the kit together. I've actually taken mine apart, okay? Because as far as I'm aware, mine's the first one, okay? There's a lot of yoga studios. Now we're in Bournemouth, UK, okay, South Coast, and there's a lot of yoga studios around here that uses the yoga ribbons, and they attach them to steel girders and other heavy duty building equipment that, to be honest with you, is too expensive and you can't use. Coming from a b-boy lifestyle, what I've done is taken the concept in which they've used for the yoga ribbons and I've flipped it into breaking. This bit of equipment is designed to help you with power moves. So anybody struggling with trying to get their students or even yourself to do power moves, this bit of equipment could really help you. I've got to say that all of my studios, I have a main group, 14 of them in there, and since I've had this equipment there, their power moves has elevated massively. First thing off the bat, on the Instagram that World B-Boy Power Moves shared, there's been a lot of comments about how you will build up a dependency to the ropes or to the elastic in which that you're using, which understandably, I can see it from their point of view, it would straight away immediately to a b-boy who's never had the access to this equipment. I can understand why they would think that, but you need to understand that this is just a piece of training equipment, just like you would use at the gym for weights or treadmill cardiovascular work. When you get to a bike race, for example, you're not going to use a bike that you're sitting on in the gym, it doesn't move, okay? You're going to have a real bike. Now, same thing in b-boy, when you get to the battles, the ciphers, you're not going to have this equipment there, it's just you on the floor, that's it. So I understand the concern coming from that point of view. Now, I've pushed the boundaries here and I'm using equipment in which, for the likes of gymnastics, for example, flips and tricks, it's a lot easier to support certain tricks, right, from gymnastics, which you can't really do in breaking because you end up with a shoe in your face, you get kicked, your students end up smacking you. I understand the frustration because you want to get in there and be hands-on, in regards to helping them get their power moves. So I've come up with a piece of equipment that now is going to help them without me even be there. Strap them in and then I can explain them the technique. Okay, first and foremost, that is the main reason I came up with this design, is for technique, and to understand where hand placements, sweet spots, things that you effectively would take you months or years, you can now work them out on this trapeze in a shorter amount of time to progress quicker. So see it as a shortcut, see it as a cheat. I would just see it as help. If we've got the access to the equipment, we should use it, right? So I'm going to talk you through it. So I've taken mine apart from my studio. First thing you need to know is there is no heavy duty building equipment with my design, right? So first thing is this bulleye joint here, right? Okay, so this here is probably the most important part. This can go in your house, like I said, it can go at your studio, it can go anywhere. This little bullet tip, okay, you take the drill bit, you drill a hole into the ceiling, you push the metal drill bit, the bullet into the ceiling, and then you take a screwdriver, and there is a little ball bearing in the end, which you push up inside, which expands the end that's in the ceiling. After you've done that, and you have that secured in the ceiling, you then screw the bulleye joint into the end. Okay, this will now fasten and give you your quick installation of your trapeze. Okay, so anything you do from this point on is relying on this being secured in the ceiling, right? Okay, like I said, I put mine in myself. Okay, I consider myself overly competent in doing so, and I have done it. I don't have massive amounts of building background to my working life. I've done bits and bobs, but never Bob the Builder. Right? Okay, so I've put the bulleye in the ceiling, right? We're obviously in Studio 2 right now, so I can't show you mine in the studio. This one's a separate one. I had to buy another one because I wasn't about to take that one out. So this is your most important piece, okay? Moving on from that, right? okay? We have four cliffhanger clips, right, with the screw fix, okay? So obviously clip on and off, which effectively from the ceiling onto the bull-eye joint, and we're ready to hang our trapeze, okay? So we can screw this up, makes it more secure, makes it very safe, okay? Safety first, make sure that this equipment is put in properly because it's very dangerous not to do so. So yeah, from that point, okay, we have our bull-eye joint in the ceiling, okay, nice and firm. We have our cliffhanger clip on the top, okay, you see I have 3 more. Right, so 1 bullet tip, 1 bull-eye bolt, 4 cliffhanger clips, okay? So from this point, this is where it gets important, right? This is the bit that makes the whole idea work. This is why I had to study the yoga ribbons and so forth. Okay, this piece of equipment here is the most important part of this. Okay, so without this, the whole idea wouldn't work, right? This here is a ball bearing swivel. Okay, they use them in yoga for obviously meditation on swings, meditations on ribbons. They also use them in gymnastics as far as acrobatics from the ceiling. Okay, without this thing, this whole idea, this whole concept does not work. Okay, so you take your first swivel. Okay, I have 3 of these. Okay, 3 of these. Take your first swivel, goes on the top. Now, without this, you find the ropes in which you're attaching to it next. Okay, will obviously get tangled. Okay, we had problems with this. We had to find a way around it. This is why I went into the yoga industry, checked out how they was doing it, and I took that concept. And now we have 1 step further, okay? So, from this point onwards, we take our second cliffhanger clip onto the bottom, get the sleeve, okay? So, we're starting to build it up, okay? So now we have the swivel with the cliffhanger clip on the bottom, right? So this is how it would look hanging from your ceiling, okay? Once you have already put the cliffhanger clips on top of the bull-eye joint, right? So obviously you can take this down, it doesn't have to hang there all ugly from the ceiling, okay? You just literally take it off the ceiling, unclip the clip. Obviously the bull-eye joint will stay there because it's fastened in place into the concrete or wood or whatever you're putting it into. Right then, from there, we're obviously going to clip on our elastics, okay? Failing that, you don't even need the second one for this bit that we're going to do next, okay? That's in there as a spare, so obviously you can do it like that. So, next stage, 2 choices that you get in this kit. You get your bungee elastic, okay, 10 meters, okay, very strong, very sort of stretchy, okay. Obviously you're going to use it singly, so I should probably put it like this, right? And you have your reinforced ropes, okay, 10 meters of your reinforced rope as well, okay. I've experimented a lot with this equipment, and ropes first, okay, double rope, single rope, double elastic, single elastic. That's the order, okay? So there are steps to this in order for you to eventually take yourself off of this trapeze and learn how to do these power moves without any support at all. Like I said, conditioning and training purposes only. Studio, house, whatever. So let me say that again. Double rope first, okay? Single rope, double elastic, single elastic. That's the order. Obviously that changes slightly depending on what move you're trying to teach your student or teach yourself, okay? Next step, okay? We take our rope. We're going to do double rope right now because that's the first step, like I just said. Okay, loop it round. Here's my equipment that's on my ceiling. We go through the swivel. Okay, pull it through. Okay, pull it through, tighten it in place. Okay, so if I stand up, now you have your fixing in the ceiling, your first cliffhanger clip, your swivel, and your rope attached. Okay, double rope. Okie dokie. So that works just fine, right? You can have double rope. When we get down to the floor, we use our other 2 cliffhanger clips, and they would effectively clip on to my cable machine. Okay, my cable machine straps that go around my ankle. Okay, so we get all the way to the bottom of the rope and we attach these to the bottom of the ropes, both sides. Okay, you get 2. You get 2, 1 for each ankle. okay? Sometimes if you see some of my demos on Instagram, you'll realise that I use a single rope as well. You only need one for that, okay? So you have 2 cliffhanger clips and 2 cable machine straps. Now this works the same with the elastic as well. I found the elastic more beneficial, the rope purely for technique, okay? Sweet spots, biting points, things like that. The elastic actually makes you work harder, which is why I say go second on the elastic. You have to actually physically work harder yourself. With having it like this, having it straddled as 2 ropes, it works fine, okay? But you will still get some sort of tangle from that, understand? As the ropes go round, they start to tangle. So, we had another problem. We went back to the lab. You get, final piece, your actual trapeze, okay? Your pole, okay? That basically will slide in between the 2 ropes, okay? 1 rope coming out each end. Try and get this lined up. Okay, 1 rope coming out of each end, okay? And this whole thing with this swivel at the top will turn the trapeze round and keep the rope separate no matter what, okay? The only way to keep them separated is to have them threaded through the middle, okay? So you thread them through the middle of the trapeze bar, and we have 1 coming out each end, then it runs to the floor, runs to the straps, and we strap our feet in. So the whole thing will go round with you, okay? Not a very good demo, obviously this is just the equipment, okay? So if anybody is interested, just hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is that you want to hit me up on, just hit me up on it, and I'll, the link below this video will tell you exactly how to contact me and how much this equipment will cost. It's early days, we're going to give it a trial run, we're going to see how we get on, but I can guarantee this will have benefits for either you, if you're training yourself, or for your students. I can't stress that enough. Since I have this equipment, my kids have leveled up massively. By my count, I'm the first to have this installment. Like I said, the only equivalent thing is yoga. So if anybody does yoga out there, they've probably come across some of this equipment before, but as far as breaking, this hasn't existed until now, not that I'm aware of. If I'm wrong, I apologise. Somebody hit me up, tell me if you're doing anything similar to that. We can discuss yours and we can discuss mine and we can see how we can make it better. Always forwards, not back. Right? Unless you're talking about history, then we go back. So yeah, hit me up on Instagram or Facebook, check out my videos, check out my demonstrations, and if there's any questions about what I'm doing, any concerns or anything, I'd like to hear your input, okay? But just remember, keep it in the back of your mind that this equipment is for training use purposes only, okay? This is not a long-term thing, this is for you to get your moves quicker, okay? Once you've got your moves on the floor, we take them to the ciphers, okay? So this is Simon, Street Dreams Hip Hop Academy, peace out.